morning. Welcome to Self Love Sunday Live. In today's session, I am going to be talking about a full heart full of love, a heart full of love. I get there in the end of my words. A heart full of love, and this is a follow-on from last week's session. So if you didn't watch last week's session, perhaps go watch that first, which you can find on my profile page or on YouTube. Go and watch that first, because this is a follow-up from last week. And I'll get into it in a minute. So first of all, I wanted to just let you know about my retreat, which is coming up on Saturday, 8th of Feb, which is a one-day retreat, the self-love retreat, and I would love for you to join me. So if you are interested, just send me a DM and I'll send you all the details for it. Also, if you sign up to my newsletter, you get it at a slightly discounted rate. So make sure you sign up to the newsletter as well. But I can see some of you joining in right now. So thank you so much for coming in, Pooja, and Jay, thank you for coming in as well. So in today's session, like I said, I want to talk about a heart full of love. And first of all, if you did watch last week's session, well done for watching it, because it was really intense. So I talked about a heavy heart at Christmas, and so many of you actually messaged me afterwards because you could relate. You could just relate to just the words "a heavy heart at Christmas," because not all of us, we all do feel the joy in some way, but it can also be an intense time for our emotions and feelings. And what I wanted to talk about a little bit today is how to process those emotions and feelings. And it's nothing new that I'm saying here in terms of this beginning part of the session, because I'm always talking about how to process emotions and feelings. So first of all, your yoga practice is really fundamental in allowing you the space and time to move your body and to release anything that we store in our body. So often we can go through things in our lives and experiences, traumas, and we can just hold that in our body. Even things that people say to us, or other experiences that we go through, just general experiences, we can just store it in our body. So when you come onto your yoga mat, you can really allow the space and time for you to release any heaviness in the body that we're carrying, any emotions or feelings within the space of the heart as well. And there are moments where on your yoga mat, you might feel the intensity of the emotion. You might also move through it, and you might start to feel the joy and the lightness. And that is really important, that we hold space for that, and we hold space for you to release it. You can also do other movement practices. There's lots of other movement practices, and you will feel lighter from doing that experience. I feel though with yoga, it just works quite deeply. So the practice just works really deeply, especially if you then partner that with meditation. And then you sit in meditation for periods of time to really allow your mind to be still, to be quiet, and to find a new perspective on life. And that's what will happen when you meditate, when you sit and meditate. And often what I do is I will journal first, and then I'll meditate. There's so many thoughts going on in our mind. It's like a washing machine. We just keep putting thoughts in there. And when we sit down and we journal, we write all those thoughts down onto a piece of paper. I feel like that's a great way of just releasing those thoughts and releasing everything down onto a piece of paper. Then sit down and meditate. And then in that space of meditation, you'll be able to find that sense of stillness and peace within your mind a little bit quicker, so that you can really focus on your meditation. And there are also lots of other ways to process your emotions and feelings. So for example, therapy is a really great way to process heavy emotions and feelings, talking to someone. So even if you just need to talk to friends and things like that, that's important that you have like a good network of people that you can connect to. Obviously, sometimes you don't want to overshare with people. So again, that's where therapy and counselling is private, and it's really just for you to move through whatever is coming up for you. Also, other healing practices, such as I really believe in the practice of Reiki, and also sound healing, which is often held by someone. So someone else will hold the space for you to process your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, whatever's coming up for you, and the things that we're holding on to. And sometimes we don't consciously know what it is, but when we start to move through these healing practices and we start to release, we can then start to feel that lightness, feel that love within our heart, and life becomes a little bit easier. And also what I wanted to say is, in order for you to feel like a heart full of love, you really need to honor yourself. And that means surrounding yourself with love. So if that's people that love you, spaces where you feel comfortable, doing things that you love to do, whether it's just going out for walks in nature, doing your yoga practice, whether it's seeing your friends, just do things that you love to do. And even in your work, like try and find a work path. And this can be like quite difficult sometimes for some of us to find that avenue of ambition, you know, that ambition where we can really just love what we do. And it really is important that you find that path. And obviously we still have responsibilities and duties, and definitely you need to do that. But do try and find outlets where you can find space where you just enjoy what you're doing and you love what you're doing. And that also is the opposite. So you're putting yourself into spaces where you're surrounded by people that you love, where you're doing things that you love, but also at the same time, you also need to remove yourself from spaces where you don't feel the love and appreciation that you deserve. And so often we can put ourselves into spaces where, you know, it might be that people around us are being so kind, but actually love is an energy that you need to be able to feel. You need to be able to feel it within yourself. And so often, I mean, I've been around people who are so kind to me, but actually inside I've been feeling like this actually just doesn't feel like loving. Like you need to be able to feel the energy. And often if you're around people and you don't feel a sense of love, it's probably because they haven't worked through their own unresolved issues and their own internal traumas and things like that. And so sometimes you can start to just feel that indirectly. So if you don't feel that sense of that energy of love within a space, either remove yourself completely from that space if you can, or just put your boundaries in and just limit your time of being in that space. And that way you're just honoring yourself, and that is an act of self-love. And again, that will just fill your heart up. It will fill your heart up, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to fill our heart up full of love. And also, like, lastly, what I wanted to say is like gratitude. Like, gratitude is like so important. It's so important, and this can be done in so many different ways. And it is such a powerful tool if we allow ourselves to step into it. So even during times when life can be difficult, there is always something that we can be grateful for. And if we can just focus our attention onto those things that we are grateful for, it will allow the process to become lighter as we go through it. And, you know, this time of year is a great time to reflect on the year and to look at what you are grateful for from the year. I'm sure there's so many amazing things that you could write down, you could list down. And that is a really powerful way to feel the gratitude. And also meditation. So there's a gratitude meditation I use all the time, which really like just sitting in the space of your heart and just feeling a sense of gratitude. So like I said, it again comes down to that feeling. So sometimes we can write things down and we might not actually feel gratitude. But actually when you come into the space of meditation and you can start to feel the energy in your body, it might be like a tingling sensation, a lightness, just an energy moving through you. That way you're raising your vibration and you're allowing yourself to step up and bringing yourself out of a lower vibration into a higher vibration. And that's really important that we can do that. And it's through the process of meditation you can do that. And I really hope actually to share more meditations next year. Like, I'm working on a few things so that I can give you those tools to use in your day-to-day life as well. So watch out for that, and that'll be coming soon. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover today, and to really just end on this note of gratitude and to really just say thank you for coming into this space. So many of you joined in towards the end as well, and thanks for coming. Sat, Selena, Sharon's come in as well. There's so many of you that have joined in, so I'm really, really grateful for you for coming into this space, and for everyone that has been watching. I know there's a lot of people who watch it who don't join in live as well, so I really want to say thank you so much for allowing this space, for listening to me and holding space for me, because I really feel that it's through these practices that I have actually learned so much more about self-love. Like doing these lives, I've learned so much more about self-love, and it's really been a beautiful way for me to move through the journey that I've been through and to share and express myself so that people can understand the process of, working from that place of a heavy heart, and to know that things can get lighter and things can get easier. And it's still a journey. I'm still working on it. I'm nowhere near like fully feeling, so much love for myself. Like I'm still working on that. I still want to get to that point, and but it's a journey, it's a process. So I'm just really grateful that I had this space with you all, and I will be continuing in 2025. I'm going to take a little bit of time off for the next 2 weeks just to reflect on things, and there are a few things that I'd like to do a little bit differently, so I'll keep you posted on that. But otherwise, I am so grateful, and thank you so much for holding space for me. And I really hope to see you again all next year. But otherwise, have a really good Christmas. Have a good New Year. And please do, again, just share this with friends and family, your followers as well, and anyone else who might find it of interest. I would really appreciate that support in just getting this work out into the world. So thank you so much, and wishing you a lovely Sunday. Take care. Bye.